When companies become too big to fail, they become an issue for society. Think about it. So people are creating companies, yeah, and they start to grow and grow and grow and grow. And in that moment, they might be bringing great things to the world and everything else. But then they get to a point where they're huge, yeah, and they're too big to fail. And then all that money and all that revenue is coming in, and then they lose sight. And then what happens? You'll get a small company with an amazing technology that could really help the world. But guess what? It might hurt this big company that's just got really huge. It might hurt their bottom line, their profits. So what will they do? They'll squash that company, or they'll buy that company up and hide that thing. So that company that started off really good, but got to a point where it's too big, it then becomes a problem. Because then all of these little companies that have these great ideas, these new great people coming through with great ideas to help humanity, guess what they'll do? They'll squash it. Yeah? You've only got to look at people like Bill Gates. Start off great. They're great. It's big. Now what is he doing? He's jumping into everything. Getting people to take vaccines and everything else. And now he's this sort of like, quite frankly, fucking lunatic. Yeah, that doesn't give a shit about anybody. That any company that comes up, he'll buy them off, and he's buying land, he's doing this, and he's doing all sorts of crap. Yeah, because guess what? He got so huge. Yeah, got so power hungry. He's now become a problem. Whereas beginning he created a solution, he's now a huge problem. And a lot of companies do this. They get too big, and they become a problem. When they started off a solution, they've now got to a point where they've gone past the reflection point, and now they're a problem. And now you've got these other little companies that could bring real great sort of substance to the world, and they're being bought off, sold, squashed, taken out by these bigger companies because they want to keep where they are, keeping that greedy energy sort of thing. And that's the thing. It's not good for us to have companies that get that big, because they become destructive. And if you look at all of these companies that started off great, they get to a reflection point, a tipping point, where they then become the complete polar opposite. And it's the same with governments. Governments were great when they were small, when they were there to help the people, but they get bigger and bigger and bigger, get a reflection point, and guess what? They become harmful to people, which is what you're seeing now. The bigger they get, the more harmful they become to the people they're supposed to be looking after. It's the same thing. They got too big, past the reflection point, and then they become a harm to society, not a help to society. And it happens in all these things. If they get too big, they become a problem for themselves and us. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.